Welcome to English Avenue YouTube, the channel to learn English the easy way. Let's start. Welcome everyone. Today, I come with a clear and powerful mission to challenge you, to push you beyond your self-imposed limitations, and to awaken the boundless potential that already exists within you. This is not just another speech filled with empty words or fleeting inspiration. No, this is something far greater, a profound truth that, once fully grasped, has the power to reshape the entire trajectory of your life. If you not only listen but truly absorb the wisdom I am about to share, if you let these words take root in your mind and guide your actions, then your reality will never be the same again. What I am about to reveal is not simply a lesson. It is a turning point, a defining moment that could mean the difference between a lifetime of mediocrity and a future filled with limitless success. It is the key that separates those who struggle from those who thrive, those who dream from those who achieve, and those who watch from the sidelines from those who take bold steps toward greatness. Everything that happens from this moment forward depends on one thing: whether you choose to take this knowledge and use it to break free from the chains of hesitation and doubt, or whether you let it pass you by, allowing yet another day to slip through your fingers unchanged. I need you to understand something. Success, wealth, and personal growth are not reserved for a chosen few. They are not determined by luck, background, or external circumstances. They are determined by a decision, a choice to rise above fear, to reject complacency, and to commit fully to a new way of thinking and acting. And today, you stand at the crossroads of that choice. So I ask you, are you ready? Are you prepared to listen not just with your ears, but with your entire being? Because what I am about to share is the key to unlocking doors you never even knew existed. If you take it seriously, if you make it a part of who you are, then nothing will ever hold you back again. Your future starts now. Every single person watching this right now has the right to experience financial abundance, unlimited possibilities, and absolute freedom. You were not born to struggle, to live paycheck to paycheck, or to feel trapped by your circumstances. You were meant to thrive, to wake up every morning with an unshakable sense of power, overflowing with confidence, and fully in command of your future. Because let's be honest, money is not just paper. It is not merely a number that appears on your bank statement. Money is influence. It is control. It is the silent force that dictates the quality of your life. Money determines where you live, the food you eat, the comfort you enjoy, and the level of security you feel each night when you lay your head down to sleep. It is the key to opportunities, the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, you are at the mercy of external forces, relying on the decisions of others to dictate your fate. With it, you hold the reins of your own destiny, moving through life on your own terms, making choices that serve you instead of being forced to accept whatever comes your way. Today, I am going to share with you the exact mindset shift you need to break free from financial limitation and step into a life of wealth and opportunity. But before we dive in, I need to ask you a serious question. Are you truly ready for success? And I mean truly ready, because let me be clear, success does not belong to the weak-willed, to the hesitant, or to those who wait for the right moment to take action. Success is not for those who procrastinate, who say, "I'll start tomorrow," only to let tomorrow turn into months or even years of wasted potential. Success is for the relentless. It is for those who are starving for more, those who refuse to accept mediocrity as their reality, and those who are prepared to fight. Fight against self-doubt, fight against excuses, and fight against the temptation to settle for a life that is less than they deserve. So I ask you again, are you ready? Because today is not just another day. Today is the day you decide whether you remain stuck in the same cycle or whether you take control, shift your mindset, and start building a future that is truly your own. The choice is yours. If you are one of those rare individuals who refuse to settle, who are ready to take control of their life and create their own destiny, then congratulations. Because today marks the beginning of something extraordinary, the start of your transformation. This is not just another moment. This is a turning point. A shift that, if you fully commit to it, will alter the course of your future in ways you never imagined. Stay with me until the very last word. Don't just listen. Immerse yourself in this knowledge. Let it sink into your mind. Let it fuel your ambition. And most importantly, put it into action. Absorb every concept. Take notes. And make a decision right now that you will no longer sit on the sidelines of life, waiting for things to change. Because success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who act. Every single day, I share insights designed to push you, to keep you focused, to ensure that you stay on track toward the success you deserve. I provide the tools, the mindset shifts, and the strategies that will separate you from the 99% of people who only wish for success, but never do what it takes to achieve it. So if you're serious about leveling up, if you're truly committed to creating the life you dream of, make sure you don't miss a single lesson. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and stay engaged, because from this moment forward, you are stepping into the most powerful and life-changing lesson you have ever received. Now let's begin. Your journey to success starts right now. The most significant difference between those who achieve financial success and those who remain trapped in a cycle of struggle lies in their approach to money. One of the most common yet damaging beliefs that keeps people financially stuck is the idea that simply saving money will eventually make them rich. The truth is, it never will. Money that remains untouched in a savings account is not growing. It is slowly losing value every single day due to inflation. Over time, its purchasing power diminishes, meaning that what you can buy with that money today will cost significantly more in the future. Those who fail to recognize this reality often find themselves wondering why, despite their disciplined saving habits, they are still unable to break free from financial limitations. Let's consider a simple yet powerful example to illustrate this point. Imagine two individuals, we'll call them Alex and Brian. Both earn the same income, let's say $1,000 per month. Alex follows the traditional mindset of saving as much as possible, believing that by setting aside $500 every month, he will eventually accumulate wealth. He watches his bank balance slowly grow, feeling a sense of security, but failing to realize that his money is not increasing in value. It is merely sitting there doing nothing. Meanwhile, Brian takes an entirely different approach. Instead of simply storing his money, he puts that same $500 to work. He invests in learning new skills that increase his earning potential. He starts a small business that generates additional income, or he buys assets that appreciate in value over time. Now let's fast forward 5 years. Who is in a better financial position? The answer is crystal clear: Brian. While Alex continued to accumulate money passively, Unknowingly allowing inflation to erode its worth, Brian actively multiplied his wealth. He didn't just save, he grew his financial resources. This is the fundamental principle that separates the wealthy from the struggling. Rich people do not see money as something to hoard. They see it as a tool, a resource that must be put to work to generate more income. The wealthy understand a powerful truth. Money should never sit idle. Instead of letting it remain stagnant, they make strategic moves that allow their wealth to compound over time. Whether it's investing in stocks, real estate, businesses, or acquiring new skills that increase their value in the market, every financial decision they make is aimed at expansion. This is why someone who starts with nothing, but adopts an investment-focused mindset, can achieve financial freedom, while someone who diligently saves for years without making their money work will always feel like they are falling behind. If you truly want to shift your financial reality, you must stop thinking like a saver and start thinking like an investor. Your money should be a vehicle for wealth creation, not something you merely accumulate with no strategy. The question is, are you ready to stop playing it safe and start making bold financial moves that will change your future forever? One of the greatest obstacles to success is the habit of making excuses. Those who struggle financially often spend more time blaming external factors than taking control of their own destiny. They say things like, "The economy is bad, that's why I'm broke," or "Only people with rich parents have opportunities," or "If I lived in a different country, I would be successful." These excuses provide a temporary sense of relief because they shift responsibility away from the individual and onto something else, something outside their control. However, this mindset is precisely what keeps people trapped in the same cycle of struggle year after year. On the other hand, wealthy and successful individuals do not waste their energy blaming circumstances, the government, their upbringing, or luck. Instead, they take full accountability for their lives, their choices, and their results. They understand that setbacks are inevitable, but rather than seeing failure as the end, they see it as a lesson, a stepping stone toward improvement. If they lose money, they do not dwell on misfortune. They analyze what went wrong, adjust their strategy, and try again. This ability to take ownership of both success and failure is what separates those who remain stagnant from those who rise to the top. Let's look at some of the most influential figures in the world: Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and Steve Jobs. None of them were born into extreme wealth. Jeff Bezos started Amazon in a small garage with nothing but a vision and relentless determination. Elon Musk, before Tesla became the global phenomenon it is today, faced severe financial struggles, investing everything he had into his companies to the point where he was in serious debt. Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple, was actually fired from his own company at one point. Imagine if any of these men had chosen to blame the system, the economy, or their circumstances instead of taking responsibility. Imagine if they had said, "It's not fair, so I give up." They never would have achieved the success that changed their lives and the world. The harsh reality is that as long as you are pointing fingers at external factors, you are giving away your power. When you blame others, you place your success in someone else's hands. But when you take full responsibility, you regain control over your future. Every wealthy person has encountered failure, but the difference is that they refused to let failure define them. They saw it as a challenge to overcome, an opportunity to grow stronger. If you are serious about changing your financial reality, the first step is to eliminate excuses from your vocabulary. Stop blaming your background, your lack of connections, or the obstacles in your path. Instead, start asking yourself, what can I do to improve? How can I turn my situation around? What skills can I learn? What opportunities can I create? Because the truth is, the only person responsible for your success is you. The moment you accept that, you unlock the ability to change your life forever. Fear is one of the greatest obstacles that keep people trapped in mediocrity. Those who struggle financially often live in constant fear of failure, rejection, and loss. They ask themselves, what if I start a business and it fails? Or what if I invest money and lose it all? Or even worse, what will people think if I try and don't succeed? These questions, driven by doubt and insecurity, keep them confined within their comfort zones, preventing them from ever taking the steps necessary to create wealth and achieve financial freedom. But let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a lion that became the strongest by staying locked in a cage? Of course not. A lion that is kept in captivity, protected from risk, fed at the same time every day, and never forced to hunt, will never develop the strength and power of one that fights for survival in the wild. The lion that ventures into the jungle, that learns to hunt, that faces danger, and that takes risks is the one that becomes the king. The same principle applies to life. Those who are afraid to step out of their comfortable, predictable environments will always remain dependent on others, unable to create the life they desire. Wealthy and successful individuals understand that risk is a necessary ingredient for success. They do not see failure as something to be feared, but as a learning experience, a stepping stone to something greater. They know that every billionaire, every powerful entrepreneur, every industry leader has taken risks, has made mistakes, and has lost money at some point. But rather than allowing these setbacks to define them, they use them to refine their strategies, sharpen their decision-making skills, and improve their ability to navigate challenges. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. Elon Musk, Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey, Mark Zuckerberg. Do you think they built their fortunes by playing it safe? Absolutely not. Elon Musk invested everything he had into Tesla and SpaceX, knowing full well that both companies could fail. Richard Branson started businesses that flopped before building the Virgin Empire. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job before becoming one of the most influential media figures in history. These individuals took risks, and at times they lost. But they understood that the greatest rewards come only to those who dare to take the leap. Now, ask yourself, are you willing to take that leap? Are you willing to step outside your comfort zone, take action despite your fears, and fight for the success you desire? Or will you allow fear to keep you locked in a life of limitations? The truth is, failure is not the enemy. The real enemy is stagnation. The biggest risk in life is not taking any risks at all. If you refuse to take chances, to invest in yourself, to try new things, and to pursue your dreams despite the possibility of failure, then you are guaranteeing one thing: you will stay exactly where you are. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is simple. Successful people act in spite of fear, while unsuccessful people allow fear to paralyze them. So, the question you must ask yourself is not, what if I fail? But rather, what if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams? Because in the end, Those who take risks are the ones who write history, while those who hesitate are left watching from the sidelines. The vast majority of people spend their entire lives trapped in a cycle, working tirelessly, earning a salary, and then spending it all on expenses, entertainment, and material possessions. They rely solely on active income, meaning they must trade their time for money. If they stop working, their income vanishes. This is the reality for millions. They dedicate decades of their lives to jobs they don't love, sacrificing their freedom for a paycheck that barely covers their living expenses. And the worst part, they believe this is the only way to survive. But those who accumulate true wealth understand something crucial. Money is not something you work for. Money is something you make work for you. Wealthy individuals operate on a completely different set of principles. Instead of depending on a single paycheck, they build systems that generate income on their behalf. They invest in assets, real estate, stocks, businesses, and intellectual property that continue to produce money even when they are not actively working. Their goal is not just to earn money, but to multiply it, allowing it to grow and expand over time. Let's illustrate this concept with a simple example. Imagine two individuals. Both earn the same income, let's say $5,000 per month. The first person, like most people, spends everything he makes. He pays his rent, buys a new phone, goes out with friends, and spends money on things that offer immediate gratification, but have no long-term value. He believes that because he earns a good salary, he is financially stable. However, years go by, and he realizes that despite working hard, he has nothing to show for it. Now take the second individual. He earns the same $5,000 per month, but instead of spending it all, he sets aside a portion to invest. He buys a rental property that generates $500 per month in passive income. At first, this amount may seem small, but over time, he reinvests his earnings. He purchases more properties, invests in stocks, and builds multiple income streams. 10 years later, while the first person is still relying on his paycheck, the second individual has built a portfolio of assets that generate thousands of dollars each month, without him having to lift a finger. This is the fundamental difference between the wealthy and the average person. The poor and middle class work for money. The rich make money work for them. They understand that time is the most valuable resource, and instead of selling their time for a paycheck, they create sources of income that function independently of their daily effort. Think about the most successful people in the world: Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos. Do you think they make their wealth by working a 9-to-5 job? Absolutely not. They invest, they build businesses, and they leverage systems that continue to generate money even when they are sleeping, traveling, or spending time with their families. They focus on assets that appreciate in value, investments that grow over time, and businesses that can function without their direct involvement. Now ask yourself, are you working for money, or are you making money work for you? If you are constantly struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, and relying solely on your salary, then you are trapped in a system that is designed to keep you dependent. But the good news is that you can change this. You don't need to be born into wealth or have a high-paying job to start building financial freedom. All you need is a shift in mindset. Start by learning about investments. Understand how assets work. Begin setting aside money, not to save but to invest. Even if you start small, the key is to start. Build income streams that don't require your constant effort, and over time, you will begin to experience the power of financial freedom. The goal is not to work harder, it's to work smarter. Wealth is not built through labor alone. It is built through strategy, patience, and a willingness to make your money work for you. The question is, are you ready to break free from the cycle and take control of your financial future? The choice is yours. The way you spend your free time determines your future. It is one of the most defining factors that separate those who struggle financially from those who achieve lasting wealth and success. The reality is simple. What you choose to do when no one is watching, when there are no obligations forcing you to act, and when you have the freedom to decide how to use your hours, will ultimately shape the person you become. Most people, without realizing it, throw away their most valuable asset, time. They spend endless hours binge-watching Netflix series, scrolling through social media feeds, watching meaningless content, and engaging in constant distractions that do nothing to improve their knowledge, skills, or mindset. Then, these same individuals turn around and complain that they are stuck in life, that they are not getting ahead, or that they never have time to work on themselves. But the truth is, time was never the problem. Their priorities were. Now let's compare this to those who succeed. The wealthy, the accomplished, and the highly successful individuals of the world use their time very differently. Instead of indulging in constant entertainment, they prioritize education, self-improvement, and growth. They read books that expand their knowledge, listen to podcasts that challenge their thinking, take courses that improve their skills, and surround themselves with other ambitious, driven individuals who push them to be better. They understand that every moment they invest in learning compounds over time, bringing them closer to financial freedom, career success, and personal fulfillment. Let's put this into perspective with a simple statistic. The average CEO reads 50 books a year, while the average person reads less than 5. That is a staggering difference. Now ask yourself, who is more likely to develop the mindset, strategies, and knowledge necessary to build wealth and success? Who is more likely to make smarter decisions, navigate challenges effectively, and seize new opportunities? The answer is obvious. But it's not just about reading. It's about constantly seeking growth. While the majority waste their weekends at bars or glued to their phones, successful people use that time to acquire new skills, attend seminars, engage in meaningful discussions, and expand their networks. They are always learning, whether it's improving financial literacy, understanding business strategies, or developing communication and leadership skills. They know that knowledge is power, and in a world that is constantly evolving, the only way to stay ahead is to keep learning. Now let's be clear. This does not mean that entertainment is inherently bad. Relaxation and fun have their place in life. However, the key is balance and discipline. The problem is when entertainment becomes the default and education becomes optional. The problem is when people prioritize temporary pleasure over long-term success. Think of it like this. Every hour you spend watching mindless content is an hour you could have spent developing a skill that could make you money. Every hour wasted on distractions is an hour that could have been used to build your future. Every weekend spent partying is a weekend that could have been invested in creating a life where you never have to worry about money again. The difference between the rich and the poor is not just money, it's mindset. The rich understand that your brain is your greatest asset. They know that if they continuously feed it with the right information, their income, opportunities, and success will naturally grow. Meanwhile, those who remain poor and stuck in life are often the ones who refuse to change their habits. So, ask yourself, how are you spending your time? Are you using it to learn, grow, and invest in yourself? Or are you wasting it on things that add nothing to your future? The choice is yours, and the answer will determine whether you stay where you are or rise to a level of success beyond your wildest dreams. Your future is being created right now by what you choose to do today. The way you think shapes the life you live. Every belief you hold, every decision you make, and every action you take is a reflection of your mindset. If you have ever wondered why some people achieve massive success while others struggle to make ends meet, the answer is not found in their background, their education, or their circumstances. It all comes down to how they think and how they act. If you constantly blame external factors, your family, the economy, the government, or your lack of formal education, you are reinforcing a victim mindset, and that mindset will keep you exactly where you are. But the truth is, success does not belong to those who make excuses. It belongs to those who take ownership of their lives. Wealth, success, and freedom are not handed out randomly. They are earned by those who decide to think differently, take risks, and commit to a new way of living. You don't need to be born into wealth to become wealthy. You don't need an elite education to succeed. You don't need luck to transform your life. What you do need is a shift in perspective. If you keep following the same patterns, making the same choices, and thinking the same way you always have, your future will be no different from your present. But if you change the way you see money, opportunity, and growth, everything will begin to change for you. Now let's talk about reality. After hearing this, you have two clear choices. The first option is to ignore this message. You can continue living exactly as you are now, letting life pass by while you remain stuck in the same place. You can keep making excuses, telling yourself that success is for other people, not for you. You can watch others rise while you stay behind, wondering why nothing ever changes. Or, you can take the second option. You can make the decision, the one that will alter the course of your life forever. You can commit to changing your mindset, to learning the skills that will open doors for you, to taking action every single day, even if it's small. You can start investing, not just money, but time and effort, into building the future you deserve. You can surround yourself with people who inspire and push you to be better, instead of staying around those who hold you back. 5 years from now, you will look back on today and see it as a defining moment. The question is, will you be proud of the progress you made? Or will you regret the time you wasted? Your future is being written right now with every choice you make. So what will it be? Will you wake up tomorrow and start building the life you want? Or will you stay in the same cycle while others take the opportunities you let slip away? I believe in you. I know that you have the power to transform your life. But belief alone is not enough. Now it's your turn to believe in yourself, and more importantly, to take action. Go out there and make it happen.